This is the Tom Anderson Show, broadcasting live from the KVNT studios, 7 to 9 a.m., Monday through Friday.
Hey, we're back. Welcome back to the Tom Anderson Show. And one of the all-stars when it comes to municipal governance in the nation, no doubt, is Mayor Michael Victorino. And Mike has been doing such a phenomenal job. He worked his way up, as many mayors do, in city governance as a county council member. And whether it's Maui or Lanai or Molokai, he has been there for the residents. And it's really drawn attention to the fact that good hard work, even through COVID, can inspire and can result to good results for the citizenry. And Mayor Victorino, whether it's housing or it's tourism or it's agriculture, how do you get any sleep with how hard you're working?
Well, thank you and mahalo for giving me this opportunity. Well, sleep is not one of my biggest words in the vocabulary, but we do get enough rest to maintain our stamina and keep moving with this campaign. We've got 4 days more, so we're excited and hopeful for positive results.
Absolutely. I saw the photo, and you have that look. I love you have the best shirts out there, and every time I see a photo of you, I smile because your wife knows how to dress you well. God bless her. You guys look great. I see a photo with you and Sylvia Luke, Light Gov candidate, and, of course, Dr. Josh Green, the governor, and they're likely going to win, and I'm hoping the same for you. Has it been complicated as you do your daily mayoral duties and then you have candidates coming in and out? It's been a busy election cycle, hasn't it?
Absolutely. And, balancing work, being mayor, and being candidate, and separating the two has been really extremely difficult at times. But with that being said, many of us have learned the differences, including my staff, and we try to make sure that we're maintaining our job descriptions and what we need to complete for the people of Maui County, because the county still has to run and campaign when and where we can, and make sure it's campaign related. So it's been somewhat of a challenge, but we've managed it, and I'm happy to say that we're beginning to see some real major shifts in the voting population here, and we're hoping that we'll be successful on November 8th.
When I look at who supports you, you have said publicly that what you are concerned about and what you care about is the citizens of Maui and the residents. And whether it's the elder or it's the youngster that is in school or it's the graduating high schooler who says, hey, do I stay in a college here or do I depart? And when I depart, will I come back to my family or will I go mainland? And you have said, no, we want to inspire, we want to improve, and as you've done that, as you've had great success in doing that, endorsements have come up. And I'm talking, folks, if you didn't realize it, he has like a record. Mayor Victorino, unbelievable. Firefighters, teachers, the workforce development industry and labor unions. How about the Chamber for Business? How about the Maui Hotel and Lodging Association? You go down the line, does that warm your heart that you have so many people that have said, Mayor Victorino, whether it's as a council member or a mayor, you've done such a good job, we want to see you in another term? That's got to be empowering.
Absolutely, and it's something that is near to dear to my heart. These endorsements are from mostly working force, work class, and people that are everyday, blue collar, retail, hospitality industry, our trades. These are people that are so important to our community, our firefighters, and protecting our well-being and safety. And so it's really heartwarming when these groups endorse me, and when I meet with many of their members, they're wholeheartedly behind me and wanting to see me come back and complete my task. And the task is completing the 5,000 units that are in the pipeline right now, that we can have homes and units and, sometimes townhouses and apartments, but not only single-family homes. We want to give a wide array of housing for our workforce, for our residents who are hear and need this very badly. And we're working on programs for rent to lease to rent, to own, I should say, lease to own and rent to own, and these are important issues that we have to continue because we can train the workforce. We've got career paths with the UHMC, University of Hawaii at Maui College. We've created some paths with the trades, with healthcare, culinary, and the hospitality industry. But unless we have affordable rentals and attainable housing for them to buy, they can't afford to stay here. They go somewhere else. And this is the number one goal, is to diversify our economy and make sure that there is workforce housing for our employees throughout the county of Maui.
I've seen some of your branding, and you talk about the genesis of your life as a family man and a devoted husband and father and a community member, but you've also been in business many years, and as a local in business, you understand the balance between tourists and outside companies and inside companies and incentives, but not being unconstitutional where you help someone. And something find, I won't call it funny because I doubt you laugh at it when you're on the campaign trail and you're attacked or undermined with a comment, but when someone says, and your opponent and others have said, well, if we were in, we would do it so much quicker. Water, tourism, lighting, homeless. We would just snap our fingers and it would be done. The public probably, some do and some don't, but I'm guessing that some of the voters don't realize that a mayor is not a dictator. There is a council, and there is a bureaucratic process, and there are layers and levels and permitting and all the different structures for implementation. And it's not an excuse, but isn't that an awareness that you want to remind people? Like solving a water problem could take 15 years because it takes governance and policymakers to come together along with locals and business. And I think you're on the right track, but you can't do that overnight, can you? Or the deer problem, it's just impossible to solve in a year or two.
Absolutely, and it takes time. Remember now, we deal with the bureaucracy not only at the local level, but at the state and federal level. Many monies that we did get, or we are getting now, through the American Rescue Act and the Infrastructure Act that Congress has passed, has a lot of stipulations, the way we can use it and how we can use it. So that limits us to those procedures and policies that are in place by the feds and the state. Then there's our level, county government. You're right, permitting. We are overhauling our permitting system right now, and that's going to take a number of years, maybe 2 or 3 years, to get it really where we believe it should be, reducing and cleaning up all these redundant old policies, some back from the 60s and 70s, which is outdated policies and procedures. And, the water issue has been around for many, many years. What we have to do is take control of the water in the sense of we dig the wells, we set the precedent, and we allocate where the water goes. When we've let developers do that, and they spend all their money, so I respect that, they have the right to divvy out the water that is allocated from that well. And generally speaking, the county gets a very small portion of that. So it's up to us to take back some of the infrastructure that we've allowed others to do in the past because of Show Me the Water Bill and other kinds of policies that have been set during the early 2000, between 2005 and 2010. There was a number of policies that came out that hindered building, hindered development, hindered anything we wanted to do to help the residents. And so, no excuses. We're making the change. And yes, everybody thinks they can snap their finger and get the problem solved, but I don't have that magic wand. If somebody does, I pray that he'd use it or she'd use it for a good reason.
We're talking with Mayor Mike Victorino, so people understand. We'll make a video of this, and it'll be visible certainly in your community for people to understand who you are. We'll put a link to your website, but for folks voting, if they don't understand, they have until Tuesday evening, do they not, with the drop box?
Yes, they have they must receive, the county clerk must receive your ballot by 7 p.m. Unless you're in line, like our voting center down in the Belva McQueen Santos Center. There's a voting center there. So if you're in line at 7 o'clock, They'll cut anybody behind that. Sorry, you're too late. And then you will have the opportunity to vote until, and we will complete everyone in line by 7. They'll have a chance to vote. Your drop box, 7 p.m. is the close. They go and pick up all. If you're chancing it by sending it by mail, I recommend not. At this point, drop it off. You have
drop
never
it off
boxes.
Instead. Well, from firemen to teachers to the workforce, Democrats, Republicans, they've endorsed Mayor Mike Victorino. I look forward to your re-election. Thank you so much for your time.
Mahalo, and God bless you, and God bless all the people of the United States and Maui County. Aloha.
Absolutely.
And a hui hou.
God bless you too. Mayor Mike Victorino right here on The Tom Anderson Show.